Hello all and welcome back to HighPriest Reacts to RWBY. Volume 7, Chapter 7, Chapter whatever. Let me just scoot my chair forward. Worst case scenario! So first of all, I now know that those spoilers I was worried about were actually for this episode. People thought they were last episode, but haven't gotten to read them because, hey, I thought they were for this episode. It makes a lot more sense to be from this episode. Oh boy. And we'll get there, and oh god, that name. RT's really good at the foreboding episode titles. Oh. There was a minor debate. One I actually, that popped up almost after the episode there where people thought Penny was hacked. But if you look at it, no, Watts is hacking everybody's phones, not Penny, and replacing Tyrion live with Penny. Which is why he has all the phones. He's hacking a bunch of people's phones simultaneously to edit the footage. Oof. Not great, because now they have proof Penny did it, which does not help all of this crap. And pretty much the only person who will have seen it and know they're wrong is the girl who might be dying. Who, Robin seems to at least care quite a bit about as a friend, if nothing else, because, oh dear. Penny's run off. Jack Hughes is one. There's Grimmary everywhere. This is gonna be probably a good episode, but not a fun episode. I'm just all tense. Which is, a sign of good writing, so. I'm really hoping that the fan theory that the season is being made to mirror Volume 3. And that they're going to go in the opposite direction how it ends. It ends victoriously for the heroes, not failure. Also, so they're gonna skip a day, skip a airing date. Alright. I'll just record something else that day. Anyways, let's just get to this episode. That's, under 20 minutes long, Dang it. Part of the reason people think they're going that direction is, the song, which I'll let play uninterrupted this time to emphasize. Just want to make sure everything is working. If you listen to the lyrics, it's not only does it sound upbeat, but the message is that, well, from what I understand, I'm not very good at the whole reversing it, but it's basically that as long as you work for it, you can make things better. I might be a little off. That show with Penny makes me sad now. I'm really hoping we're not getting any mirror for. Okay, let's hope that scene happens, okay? Robin gets convinced of what's right, works with Crow, and to fight Tyrion. Huh? I am on edge. thankfully someone's at least helping comfort her.
Citizens of Mantle, following the most recent grim attack, a temporary prohibition of assembly is now in effect. There are to be no public gatherings of any kind. Please conduct your business and return to your homes before...
Yeah, that's gonna make you look good! That's really gonna make you look good!
Hey! Stop right there! Stop running! Wait!
No military officials have gone on record to say the footage was doctored. Many citizens are still insisting that the Protector of Mantle be deactivated.
Fuck you! I understand why Ruby wasn't down for her, you know, the whole blood on her hand thing. I didn't notice that at the time. Oof. Yeah. Now good guy against good guy. I wasn't expecting...
You are obstructing an Atlas military operation.
Yes, they know. They don't care.
Everything all right over here? Hello?
Yep, the happy huntresses have turned full against Atlas. Good guy against good guy. And she didn't see shit.
This is the worst case scenario. More people are dead. Penny's been framed, and somehow Jacques.
Great. So the only person who could speak up for Penny didn't see shit. Right.
Was hit today. It seems election night was the last push Robin needed to go from hometown hero to full-on vigilante.
I'm afraid the problem is more complicated than that.
It seems Robin has emboldened our suppliers in Mantle. They're refusing to sell us provisions until the city is adequately repaired. With Robin redistributing the goods her team has stolen, the Amity project is completely stalled.
But we're so close. There has to be some way we can finish the tower.
There is. Declaring martial law.
Yeah.
You're not actually considering that, are you?
What's more important? Establishing communication to unite the world? Or appeasing a few city blocks?
Don't make it sound trivial when you know it isn't.
Yeah.
You keep talking about how we just need a little more time, but you're not the one having to struggle.
We have all had to make sacrifices for the greater good. Mantle has had to bear a lot of the burden.
See, this is the only character in this show who's ever said that. Not us, man, people.
The harder each day gets for people down there, and now you want to send in more soldiers? You can't force people to fall in line. If you do that, you'll just be trading all of these problems for the Grim.
But I was actually reasonable.
Please, General.
He's actually listening.
Squeezing Mantle this way.
He might disagree. He'll do it, but he'll have listened.
That's why Tyrion is here framing you.
Right. The reason we called you here in the first place. You're sure this was the man you saw?
Tyrion Callows was accused of murders all across Anima. A homicidal maniac who escaped justice when his prison transport was attacked by Grimm. After that, he was never seen again.
Well, he works for Salem, and he's here.
If we ever had any doubts Atlas was Salem's next target, I think those are officially out the window.
But now we have a suspect. We can tell the people.
That a long-lost serial killer is loose in Mantle and the military has no idea where he is. Might make things worse before they get better.
That's actually...
I'm so sick of secrets. If we just told everyone about Amity, about Salem...
We can't! If we talk about Amity now, we risk Salem's forces, who we know are here, working to sabotage it. If we tell them about Salem now, we risk falling to the Grim before we can reunite Remnant. We have to finish the tower. I want Robin Hill in custody. We can offer her a deal if she gets Mantle to cooperate.
We'll figure it out.
Anyone not assisting with Robin needs to focus on Tyrion.
Like, see, that's the thing. You can't just tell people shit, because telling the truth about
my kingdom.
That sounds bad. That sounds very, very
Do
bad.
I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This just validates Ren's fears.
We're approaching 51st.
He gives him the kiss, and he misses Tyrion.
Split between different trucks.
I suppose we're missing the date night scene, but...
Team takes the bait. If
Yep.
your truck is hit, pursue immediately. Everyone else will move in as fast as possible.
Going radio silent. Over.
Yeah, this explains so many things.
Do you think we
Yeah,
should be told
oh, let's tell them about the thing we can't prove. That'll make things better. Or even if you're right, telling people will just make them more worried. That's the
He
thing.
deserves to know what he's stepping into.
Need to know is a thing for a reason. And sometimes people need not to know.
Look around. The embargo, the military presence, the restrictions on assembly. He's a bit prone to overreacting.
Yeah, hard to argue with that. Still, he didn't have a lot of good options.
I'm not sure there are many good options left for any of us.
Yeah. That's what
Secrets,
this feels like
taking
here.
lives. It makes you wonder how far we're going to have
I'm
to
I'm unhappy, but not, saying it's a flaw that Fiona didn't see things that we can't. I was expecting this to be a direct continuation of last episode. Again, I was expecting last episode to be direct continuation of last episode, so.
Have to. And I can tell you, ambushing a huntress who's just trying to help isn't an option I'm thrilled about choosing.
Then maybe we shouldn't.
How is she doing?
She's confused, scared. We'll have her recorded visual data shortly. That should prove her innocence, but...
Unless she got hacked too.
The things people are saying about her? If Penny hadn't been there, Robin would be...
No, she wouldn't.
I don't
That was
think
the plan.
Robin was their target. Salem's goal has always been to divide us.
And now I'm worried about
Penny
his
was
health.
exactly where they wanted her. Just like at the Vital Festival.
And just like back then, someone is using our own technology against us. This doctored footage of Penny came from her work all around Manor. Stolen straight from our surveillance network.
Ugh, hacking. Technology. Oh, why can't people just do what they used to and fight to the death? A lot simpler if you ask me.
Dealing with the same enemy from Beacon, hacking into Manor's system would be simple. Fortunately, the rest of Atlas is running on an upgraded network.
And how would someone get access to that network?
Well, only a few people have clearance. Ironwood, the Council, our cybersecurity and surveillance leads, and maybe a select few who
Jakushni.
systems like sewage or the heating grid.
The heating grid run in partnership with the Schneedas company. What are you thinking? I don't know yet, but...
That your dad's part of it? Yeah, no, that's exactly what's happening.
And how are you doing?
If Maria hadn't offered to help me these past weeks, I'd have likely collapsed by now. Getting a communications tower into the sky seems impossible on its own, but now, to think of what people want to do to my girl.
Even if the worst does happen, you can always reactivate her again. So maybe try not to worry so much.
There's a reason why Penny is the only one of her kind.
Okay, see, we're finally getting this. I always thought she was a prototype, but...
When the General first challenged us to find the next breakthrough in defense technology, most of my colleagues...
Oh, it's the outlet, the era transfer machine. Okay, guess we're going to get that one validated.
A few who believed in looking inward for inspiration.
You wanted a protector with a soul.
I did. And when General Ironwood saw her, he did too. Much to my surprise, the Penny Project was chosen over all the other proposals.
Why would you be surprised? You created an artificial aura.
Not quite.
You gave her part of yours?
Yes.
This is the answer no one saw. Partial aura transfer.
If the people get their wish and she's destroyed, I won't be able to...
Is that what happened before? When Penny was damaged, he transferred more of his soul into her?
We'll find whoever's responsible.
And that's why he's...
I promise.
Oh, God. Well. So, it is true that she's a transfer, but it makes more sense now because she's not a partial soul.
Split up and regroup at the hideout.
Ironically, they were willing to surrender. Guys, stop! You're chasing her looks are you being stupid?
Please stop. We just want to.
You guys aren't very good at the thinking things through, are you?
If Ironwood wants me, he'll have to send more than a couple of kids.
He is. Stopping the trucks alerted the ASOPs. We don't have long before they arrive, so please listen to us. You need to know the truth.
You're stalling.
Amity Coliseum, all these supplies, they're for a new communications tower.
That doesn't make any sense.
A new tower means the kingdoms can
I know
finally...
what the tower means, fisticuffs.
Okay, so that makes more sense why they named it.
You said time is short. Either take it, or I'm gone.
Okay, what's her... What? Okay, her semblance is something else.
Tell me again. What is Ironwood building out in the tundra?
A new communications tower. He's trying to help everyone.
Okay!
Truth.
Thank God!
Semblance.
Why keep that a secret?
Because he doesn't know who he can trust. Atlas isn't out to get anybody. The people murdering civilians in Mantle are just trying to make it look that way. And if those same people learned about Amity, they'd do everything in their power to destroy it.
So who are they? Who's actually behind this?
Yang, Blake, where are you?
We can't tell you that part yet.
Bullshit.
Look, we are trusting you, so trust us when we say that Amity Tower needs to stay a secret until it's done. We just need a little more time.
Run! We'll throw them off!
I won't stop until I know the whole truth.
Yep, that didn't help anything. Good job.
It's right behind that door.
The Staff of Creation.
I hoped bring you.
People theorized it was a staff, so we finally found out the truth of Penny. We thought it was the Staff of Creation. We thought it was some, it might have been his actual daughter transferred in. It might have been someone horribly mute. Blah blah blah. Turns out now he just gave a chunk of his soul to Penny.
Oswald speculated it could take us as high as
She apparently already had a personality before then.
That served as the inspiration for the Amity.
That's not what I was expecting, but I don't think anybody expected that specific variant of it. It also explains why she doesn't, have the memories of
using the staff to raise Amity.
Previously being transferred.
One purpose at a time. We're going to have to do Amity the old-fashioned way.
Wait, hold on.
It feels strange. Knowing
I talked over all that, so we're going back.
Stay a secret until it's done. We just need a little more time.
It makes sense since it's just part of the Nora, and it's also why they believe they could. What they were doing with
until I know the whole truth.
Amber, the Fall Maiden, almost thought that could work, huh? And it managed to sidestep all the moral ambiguity because it was a, consensual donation.
Bring you down here might jog some memories. After all, it was your idea to use the staff to lift Atlas.
Is that what he had? No, I'll have to go rewatch that thing to find out if he did that with
Atlas afloat.
That's the public story. But with the staff, we have a constant, seemingly limitless energy source. Oswald speculated it could take us as high as we wanted. To tell you the truth, that served as the inspiration for the Amity Project.
Okay, that's actually neat. So the reason Atlas floats is the staff.
So we never lose contact with each other again.
That's actually brilliant. Using the staff
to raise Amity.
Use the staff to turn Amity to an actual satellite.
To do Amity the old-fashioned way.
Now they're going to have to go through with the artificial satellite plan.
Knowing a part of me helps come up with all this.
You'll get used to it, I'm sure. Eventually, you don't even know who's who anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that's real comforting.
We did know we see eye to eye, but I wish I could ask.
See, that's the thing. Ironwood has fun, and I think his plans are wrong at points, but he's reasonable.
You're the only one with the answers. Where you do the thing you think is right, no matter the cost. It's not going to take you anywhere good.
We have to stop Salem. Nothing matters more.
Some things matter more, I think. Keeping our humanity. It's what makes us different from her.
Sometimes I worry that's her greatest advantage. Without humanity, does she still feel fear? Does she ever hesitate? When Salem hit Beacon, even with all my ships, all of my soldiers, I was no match for her. I've never felt so helpless. The way she told me she was there.
Ooh. Yep. Told ya. Like I've said before, Ironwood was extraordinarily traumatized by the event, and he's trying to protect people.
Can't let that fear control you.
I am not going to end up like Lionheart. Do you believe in me?
I do believe in you. But not only you. I think the best thing you could do is sit down and talk with the people you're most afraid to.
Now you are starting to sound like him.
Just this entire...
Winter.
They were waiting for him.
What is it?
Oh, great. Jakku's knee has done something jackassery.
It looks like you're getting your wish.
My father's first act. We've all been invited to dinner, where the general will be defending his seat on the council.
At least she knows that Penny isn't responsible.
Looks like we're approaching 51st.
I'm getting back to...
I don't think Robin...
Against us.
Heating grid run in partnership.
To help me these past...
Even if the worst does happen, you can always reactivate her again. So maybe try not to worry so much.
There's a reason. I did. And when General Ironwood saw her, he did too. Much to my surprise.
So basically, Penny was still Penny. It doesn't really admit that I was a donated soul fragment.
You created
Alright.
an artificial aura.
Not quite.
You gave her part of yours?
Yes. And each time I rebuild Penny, it takes a little more. If the people get their wish and she's
that
destroyed,
explains.
I won't be able to.
Okay, so that. Well, this proves my theory wrong, and other people's. Oh, sure, other people were more right, but I feel like this is a very different way of it. I like this way. This one makes sense. I still would have preferred he was just smart enough to make his own soul. I also was fond of the Staff of Creation, magic to soul out of nothing. Could that be the thing that happens this season? Like, I mean, it's something called the Staff of Creation, so, Man, we learned a lot this. Bad shit. Not things not going the way I prefer, but still good. Lots of heavy shit. People desperately need hugs. So many people need a good hug this episode, including Ironwood. That's the thing. You can't say Ironwood is unreasonable because he is actually listening. He disregards it, but he will listen at least. He will listen before his guilt and desperate desire from not being able to protect the people at Beacon, and his desperate desire to protect the people at Beacon, including Penny. I have a feeling that the way Penny is I have a feeling that the way Penny's story is going to go is that her father's going to have to make one final sacrifice. But yeah, she's an advanced AI with a grafted on soul. And that's why he's not doing too well. He had to do it again. Look, it's not good that we're still at the good guy versus good guy point with Robin. But at the very least, she's not going to be spiteful about it. You know? She's not going to fight it. Look at Penny like a monster, but she'll still treat her like an enemy. Just the type of enemy who believe is trying to do good their own way, and so many people need hugs this episode. So much heavy talking. Yeah, that fight scene was what we saw. I thought it was a fight scene in a club or something. Yeah, because that's what we were talking about them doing last episode. I thought we'd cut to that, then everything horrible would happen, they'd get attacked. It's not perfect situation. Things are still shit, and telling people anything didn't help. Telling people everything probably still won't help. Because sometimes secrets are necessary. Need to know exist. And sometimes people need not to know. Especially in a world where where you get attacked by horrible monsters when you feel bad. Even more so than real life, OPSEC is important. The character I hope things go most well for is obviously Penny, but in other ways as well. It's good that they still have a way of getting the project into the sky. See, the worst part is, there is something that, since they were telling anyways, that they could have told Robin that would have helped. Thoughts. Right. They could have at least mentioned that the people responsible are the same people from, are connected to the people who destroyed Beacon Tower. Yeah, last time something big happened with Penny, where people were convinced she was a horrible weapon. Ironwood meant to be used against the people of Remnant and not the Grimm. It might not help much, but it could have been fine. Yeah, all of this is just big old mess. Oh, but now I'm lost. Part of the reason Penny's statement about I was meant to save the world made sense. Now, was that I always assumed that, one, she predated the existence of the Maidens. That must be where they got the idea from the Aura Transfer Machine. When she made that statement. So, she had to have been intended for something. I assumed it meant mass production lines. I mean, you could make more. You just need more people willing to sacrifice part of their soul to empower someone else. And if you ever got to the point where you could pull an Osmond, just shoving someone's entire soul into a new robotic body could, as a prosthetic. It does mean that, yeah, Penny actually did die, but sort of, but not completely, and it's still the same Penny, mentally, if not spiritually, but because her new chunk of soul comes from the same place as her old chunk of soul, it doesn't seem to have made much difference. And I don't think that's why she doesn't seem traumatized by her other deaths. Mostly because most of the really traumatizing shit happened after she went offline. Just, oh, Christ, this show and this episode, and it's good, it's just, I'm on edge. I swear to God, Rooster Teeth, you don't leave me in a week-long cliffhanger for a week when you do that episode off. Ugh. God damn it. I mean, though I will say, some of what he said could have been solved had he just contacted Robin and me early on. I will admit some things, because OPSEC exists, need to know exists. And sometimes they do need to know. I'm not completely sure if Robin did need to know. She would have if she was, going to be on the council, but well, if it wasn't for the cheating, she would have. I will say that if she had been told about the tower beforehand, she probably wouldn't have, be where she is now. Or maybe she still would. See, that's the thing. We should tell everybody the thing. That's what happened. Maybe. Maybe something worse happened. The Shadow War seems to benefit Salem somewhat, but on the other hand, being out open could benefit her too. Easier recruitment. And there's just a lot of reasons why, even before she was revealed to be immortal, telling the world wasn't automatically a brilliant idea. Afterwards, it's a horrendous idea because you're never going to beat her. Pretty much the only way this is going to go is if someone manages to break through the curse, which I'm not even sure if Osmond knew about the curse outside the fact she was unbeatable. She might have. But, I mean, even then, you need someone who'd be able to walk her through the emotional lessons the god was trying to teach her. Which, given the odds are dickholes, isn't exactly a great thing. It's not going to be an easy thing to do for anybody. Just oof. This episode. This show. Oof. I have no idea where this is going. I like that though. Proven wrong now. Proven wrong about my headcanon, but also other people's were wrong too, because everybody went to the whole soul donation. A chunk makes sense. I never heard someone that's getting rather close speculating that maybe the artificial soul was created by taking two pieces of other people's souls and blending it together somehow. But, so what was Penny's special purpose now? Anyways, everything out. And I will see you all next time, folks. With whatever mind-blowing crap happens. And of course, more of the big bag is that we